Why did nature give us this uncomfortable gift called the storm and stress period? If adolescence were merely a time filled with rebellion and emotional instability, wouldn't it have been more efficient to simply skip this phase and go straight into adulthood? However, evolutionary biologists and neuroscientists tell us, puberty is not just about growing up. It is a sophisticated and essential process designed for us to become truly human. I want to ask the parents, why did your child, from a certain day, suddenly become so hard to reach? I also want to ask the children, why does it feel like no one is even trying to understand your heart? Puberty is not a time that comes only to the child. It is a season that visits the parents as well. Today, we are not here to talk about how to eliminate puberty. We are here to talk about how to pass through this time, not as a problem, but in a way where we hurt each other a little less. At some point, your parents, words start to feel strange. Why do they interfere with everything? Why don't they trust my choices? Why do they still treat me like a child? The child is confused, too. They feel anger without knowing the reason, and they feel sadness they cannot put into words. This is because something very important is happening inside the child's mind. It is the moment when the sense of being myself, rather than just an extension of my parents, is being born for the first time. That is why there is confusion. That is why there is anxiety, and that is why there is sensitivity. You are not breaking down. You are being born. It is a process of optimizing the brain, a necessary stage to react sensitively to the world and awaken your own unique senses. Rebellion is not a defect. It is a powerful survival strategy. If it weren't for the resistance of this period, human beings might have to remain forever under the protection of their parents. Puberty is the time to develop the psychological independence needed to explore the world. The tendency to challenge the unfamiliar and to take risks is an essential instinct, a way to leave familiar surroundings and build a new life, to create a life of their own. Adolescents must practice distancing themselves psychologically from their primary caregivers. Puberty is a process of psychological takeoff, preparing to leave the nest called family. Parents often feel this way. They weren't like this before. Did I do something wrong? Why are they pushing me away all of a sudden? But puberty is not a failure of parenting. It is a signal that your journey together is moving to the next stage. It is the moment when the relationship shifts from managing the child to respecting the person. Puberty is not a time of losing your child. It is a time when the relationship is transformed. It is not a time when a child runs away from their parents, but rather their very first attempt to reach out to their true self.